Ever been through a breakup? It's a tough ordeal, isn't it? The emotions run high, the nights run long, and everything just seems a bit grayer. But let me tell you, it's a part of life most of us go through at one point or another. Picture a couple, once deeply in love, now sitting on opposite ends of a couch. The words, "I don't think this is working anymore," hang in the air, heavy and thick. It's like a punch to the gut. You might ask, what do you mean? But you already know. The love that once burned brightly between you has dimmed. We're not happy, and I don't think we can fix it. And there it is. The painful truth. The end of a chapter. But I love you, you might say through welling tears. I know you do. And I love you too. But love isn't always enough. A cold reality, isn't it? Let's pause here. The first thing you need to understand is that breakups happen for a myriad of reasons. Maybe it's a lack of communication, perhaps it's a difference in values, or maybe, just maybe, that spark has faded. But whatever the reason, it's important to allow yourself the space to grieve. Now, I don't mean wallow in self-pity or let bitterness take root. No, I mean to feel the pain, to acknowledge the loss, to let the tears fall. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to miss them. It's okay to feel hurt. The world won't stop turning, and neither should you. Take this time to reflect on the relationship, to understand what went wrong. Was it a one-time thing or a pattern? Was it something that can be fixed, or was it a deal breaker? The first step to recovery is allowing yourself to feel the pain. Remember, it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to take some time for yourself, to heal, to grow, because only when you're whole can you start thinking about mending broken relationships. And who knows, maybe the end of this chapter could be the beginning of a better one. Healing is not a linear journey, but an integral part of moving forward. After the storm of a breakup, you might feel as if you've been left in fragments. But just as a broken bone mends itself, so too can your heart. Healing, however, doesn't happen overnight. It's a process that takes time, patience, and most importantly, self-care. Self-care is not a luxury, but a necessity during this period. It's about taking the time to nurture yourself, both physically and emotionally. This could mean indulging in activities that you love, like reading a good book, going for a run, or even trying out a new hobby. It's about allowing yourself to experience joy, even in the midst of pain. But self-care is also about acknowledging your feelings. It's okay to feel sad, angry, confused, or even relieved. These emotions are all part of the healing process. Try to express these feelings in a healthy way, perhaps by writing in a journal, creating art, or talking to a trusted friend. Remember, bottling up your emotions will only prolong your pain. Seeking support is another crucial aspect of healing. You don't have to go through this journey alone. Reach out to loved ones who can provide a listening ear, a comforting word, or a shoulder to cry on. If you're finding it difficult to cope, don't hesitate to seek professional help. Therapists and counselors are trained to help you navigate through this difficult time. Remember that healing is not a race. It's perfectly okay to have good days and bad days. You might feel like you're making progress one day, and then feel like you're back at square one the next. That's okay. Healing is not a linear process. It's more like a roller coaster with ups and downs, twists and turns. But with each passing day, you're learning, growing, and becoming stronger. So as you embark on this journey of healing, remember to be patient with yourself. Allow yourself to feel, to grieve, and to heal at your own pace. And always remember, healing takes time. Be patient with yourself. Thinking about getting your ex back, it's crucial to reflect on some key questions first. The road to reconciliation is often paved with self-reflection. It's a journey that requires a deep dive into your thoughts and feelings. You see, the decision to get back with an ex shouldn't be taken lightly. It's a choice that demands honesty, both with yourself and with your former partner. Ask yourself, why do you want to get back together? Is it because you genuinely miss the unique bond you shared, the shared dreams and laughter, the quiet moments of understanding? Or is it simply because you're lonely, and the familiarity of your ex seems comforting in a world that suddenly feels a little too big, a little too cold? The answer to this question is paramount. If it's merely the fear of being alone driving you, it's essential to realize that loneliness is temporary, but rushing back into a relationship that wasn't working could have long-lasting effects. Next, have you identified the issues that led to the breakup in the first place? Breakups don't happen in a vacuum. There are always reasons, sometimes obvious, sometimes buried under layers of emotions. It could be a clash of personalities, a betrayal, or simply a love that gradually turned into indifference. Understanding these reasons is vital. It's like finding the missing pieces of a puzzle. Only when you have all the pieces can you see the complete picture and figure out if it's something you can change or compromise on. If you can't, getting back together might only lead to another painful separation. Are you willing to change? Change is the only constant in life, but it's also one of the most challenging things we do. If the issues that led to your breakup are things within your control, are you ready to change them? This could mean breaking old habits, learning to communicate better, or seeking help to overcome personal issues. It's a tough question, but a necessary one. Finally, are you prepared for the possibility that they might have moved on? Reconciliation is a two-way street. You both need to be on the same page for it to work. If they've moved on, you need to respect their decision and find a way to move on too. If you've answered yes to all these questions, then perhaps you're ready to reconnect. But remember, reconciliation isn't a guarantee of a happily ever after. It's a chance, an opportunity. It's a journey filled with its own hurdles and rewards. And most importantly, it's a journey that starts with you. If you've answered yes to all these questions, then you're ready for the next step, reconciliation. Rekindling the flame is not a walk in the park, but with dedication, it's possible. Let's start with a golden rule of thumb. Never rush into a conversation about reconciliation. It's critical to approach your ex when the time is right. Ideally, when you've both had space to heal and reflect. Now, when it comes to reaching out, aim for a casual and non-threatening approach. Perhaps a simple hello or an invitation for a cup of coffee. Remember, this is not the time to rehash old arguments or point fingers. Instead, use this opportunity to express your feelings honestly and listen to your ex's perspective too. The backbone of any successful relationship is communication. Be open about the things you felt went wrong in the relationship, and equally important, listen to your ex's feelings and concerns. This exchange of thoughts and feelings may not be easy, but it will pave the way for understanding and empathy. Compromise, my friends, is the next vital ingredient in this recipe of reconciliation. Accept that you both may need to make changes to accommodate each other's needs and wants. This isn't about losing your identity or giving up on your dreams, but about finding a middle ground where both of you can thrive. And finally, forgiveness. It's human to err, and it's divine to forgive. If you want to rekindle the flame, you must be willing to forgive past mistakes, both yours and theirs. This does not mean forgetting or ignoring the wrongs, but rather it means accepting them, learning from them, and moving forward without holding grudges. Remember, there's no magic potion to reignite lost love. It's a slow and steady process that requires patience, effort, and a lot of self-reflection. But if you're truly committed to making it work, then it's possible. With patience, effort, and a lot of self-reflection, you can rebuild a stronger, healthier relationship. Just bear in mind, every relationship is unique, and what works for one might not work for another. But with these steps, you're well equipped to navigate the path towards reconciliation. Remember, you're not alone in this journey. Breakups are tough, but they're also an opportunity for growth. They allow us to reflect, to understand ourselves and our desires better. The healing process might be painful, but it's necessary. It's a time to gather your thoughts, to rebuild your emotional strength. Once healing has taken place, you may find yourself on the road to reconciliation. It's a path that requires honesty, self-reflection, and a willingness to change. It's about reigniting that spark, but also about building a relationship that's stronger and healthier than before. The journey to rekindle the flame isn't easy. It requires time, effort, and a lot of patience. But remember, if you're truly committed to making it work, then it's possible. Don't give up on love. Believe in your relationship, put in the work, and you can get your ex back. If our content speaks to you, please subscribe to our channel. Show your support by giving us a like and share it with your community. The journey might be tough, but the destination is worth it.